was a busy. It's busy now. Baruch Hashem, my shver is back from the hospital. He's back in the rehab, and my shviger is back home. So, bli ayin hara. So, but they have something at Torah Anytime called a burst of inspiration, a Tisha B'Av burst of inspiration. Let's do this.
You are now being transferred to broadcast. To end, hang up.
Okay, let me say Shalom Aleichem to everybody. It's wonderful to have everybody here. So they have on Torah Anytime something called a burst of inspiration for Tisha B'Av, and they asked the Magidei Shiurim that they should give 5 to 10 minutes a burst of inspiration. The deadline was July 12th, so I didn't get it in by the deadline. Last Thursday, I called Mayor Summers, the coordinator, and I said, "Look, I wasn't able to, but if I could submit it, I'll submit it on Thursday." So he said, "Rabbi Weiss, you're one of our main Magidei Shiurim. I'll take it from you." He didn't say he just said, "I'll take it from you." I assume that's the reason. Anyway, so I did it. I have a what's called a dashboard. I saw on the dashboard 8,900 people watched that share. So when you take the time to do the electronics, it's kedai. It's kedai. People are watching. So and the Mishna Yomis, there's homebound people. There's people. I remember somebody had an amputated leg, and he told me he was mamish lying in the bed in the hospital, and he would look forward to listening to the Mishna Yomis. So I know it's a little bit of a bother, but thank you for putting up with me. So now we are dedicated by the Fisher family, Lili Nishmas Basi Bas Robert, Shlomo ben Avraham Alevi, Pel Bas Ruvain. We're also dedicated Lila Nishmas David ben Chaim, L'Refuah Shalema for Yom Moshe ben Chayesari, Yaakov ben Bas Yaleah, for the schus of Avram ben Yom Benish ben Malki Yudis and family. We're dedicated by Yo Klugman and family, and L'Refuah Shalema for Avigdor Aryeh ben Rivka, Hinda bas Chayesara, Rivka bas Shira Leah, Chana bas Shoshabina, Yitzhak ben Sion ben Dusha, Moshe Meir ben Esther Fradel, and Meir ben Chayesara. They should have a Refuah Shalema, L'Seich Shecha L'Yisrael. Also, before I start, it's after Shkia, right? It's after Shkia. Yud Bei Zav is my Hebrew birthday, so tonight is Yud Bei Zav, and the Ben Ish Chai says that a person's mazel is stronger on their birthday, and it's a minig that we have in our family that if somebody has a birthday, they give brachas. So I want to give to all of you a heartfelt bracha that all of us should have gesund, know that we're healthy, sweet shalom bayis, nachas from dairos, parnasa berevach, great learning, and hatzlach and ruchnius and gashmius. So the Mishnah says, Oilas ha'oif, a oilas ha'oif she'asa l'maisa, she'asa l'mata, an oilas ha'oif that's done below the red line. Right now, that's not the right procedure for the oilas ha'oif. The oilas ha'oif is supposed to be above the chut ha'sikra. So oilas ha'oif she'asa l'mata, and he did it k'maisa chatas, and he did it like the procedure of the chatas, which is you're supposed to squeeze it, and he sprayed it, And he did it l'shem chatas. He did it for the sake of a chatas. So he did everything as if it was a chatas. So Rabbi Eliezer Rabbi Eliezer says that it is an oila, and therefore it has the regular status of an oila, which, since it's kula kala la Hashem, there's mila. So Rabbi Eliezer says there's mila. Rabbi Yeshua says, since he did everything like a chatas, he did it below the chatasikra, he sprayed it instead of squeezing it, he did it l'shem chatas, so there's no mila. Amar Rabbi Eliezer, so Rabbi Eliezer doesn't understand that. He says, Mo'em chatas, she'ein mayalin ba lishma, ma'adach chatas, which if you do it properly, there's no milah, because there's nothing on the chatas that goes on the mizbeach. It's all eaten. Mo'em chatas she'ein mayalin ba lishma, kishishina es shma, but if you do it loy lishma, remember that a chatas is disqualified when done shaloi lishma, mayalin ba, there is milah. Ayla, that shemayalin ba lishma, that even if you do it lishma, there's milah. Kishishina Eshma, when you do it wrong, ain't a din sheyim alaba. There surely should be milah. I'm Rabbi Shua. No. Ima marta b'chatas shishina Eshma l'shem ayla. If you'll say a chatas that you changed its designation to an ayla, shekein shina Eshma l'davar sheyesh by milah. You change it to something that has milah. Taima ba'ila sheshina eshma l'shem chatas. You changed it for a chatas. Shekein shina eshma l'davar she'ein by milah. You changed it to something that doesn't have milah, and that's why Rabbi Yeshua says there's no milah. Amalei Rabbi Eliezer, it says, "Vari kache kachim, holy of holies, sheshchatan badarim, that you slaughtered in the south, ushchatan l'shem kachim kalim." And you shechted it instead of for a kodesh kadashim, like a chatas, like an oshim, like an oila, you shechted it for a shlamim, yochichu. Shekein shina eshman l'davar she'ein by milah. You changed it for something that doesn't have milah. Umayalim bahem, and there's milah. Af ata al tatama, that ala oila she'af al pi sheshina eshman l'davar she'ein by milah. Even though you changed it to something that doesn't have milah, you change it to a chatas, sheyimalu ba. Amar Rabbi Yeshua loy. Im amarta b'kachei kachim sheshchatan badarn. Instead of doing it in the north, you did it in the south. Ushchatan l'shem kachim kalim, and you shechted it for a shlamim, for a taida, for b'char. Shekein shina eshman b'davar sheyesh by issa v'heter. There, if let's say you had in mind for the shlamim, a shlamim at least has a component of milah, because the emurim, the sacrificial portions, the klayos, the yoseres hakavod, the diaphragm, the chalev, the fat, there is milah. So at least you changed it to something that has iser and heter. There's the sheikh and the chaz, which is mutter to kayin, the rest is mutter to the rest of the people. Taima ba'ila sheshina eshma. When you change it to a chatas, remember in the chatas nothing goes on the mizbeach. Sheshina eshma b'davar shekulei heter. You change it to something that's all heter, and that's why Rabbi Shua holds there's no meila. Now, malak bismail. If you did the malika with your left hand, the avodah has to be with the right. Malak bismail, if you did the malika with the left hand, oy balayla, or you did it in the night, the avodah has to be in the day. Or shachat chulin bifnim, you shechted chulin bifnim, chulin ba'azara. Or kachim b'chutz, or you shechted kachim on the outside. It's enough, although these are all no good, but we'll see that this is called a psul b'kodesh, and therefore it's enough to take off the tumas hanavela. And since it's a bird, it means the tumah of swallowing and becoming tummy, the tumah beis abliya, eina metamim bebeis abliya. Malak b'tsakin. Now, of course, the malika is done with the thumbnail, by pressing through the back of the neck. So malak besakin, instead of doing it with the thumbnail, he does it with a knife. Or malak chulin bifnim, or he does malika on chulin. There's no malika by chulin. He does malika on chulin in the Beis Hamikdash. Or v'kachim b'chutz, or he does malika on kachim on the outside. There's no malika on the outside. Or now we know that there's two types of birds, Tairin and Bnei Yaina. Tairin are only kosher if they're mature, and the Bnei Yaina are only kosher when they're young. Tairin shelo yigia zmanan, if he did turtle doves that didn't reach their maturity, or Bnei Yaina, or the pigeon she'ovar zmanan, that were after their time, or sheyovesh gapa, or the wing was withered, or v'shenismas eineha, its eye was blinded, v'shenikta ragla, or its foot was cut off, mitama bebeis abliya. That is not considered psulei b'kodesh, and it doesn't even remove the tumas hanevela. Zaklal is the principle. Kol shaya psula b'kodesh eina mitama bebeis abliya. It's enough to remove the tumas nevela. Lo yaya psula b'kodesh mitama bebeis abliya. Now, the kol psulim shemolku. Let's say Yaakov did the malika. He's not a kohen. He's a Levi. He's not a kohen. Kol psulim shazar does the malika. Malikasa psula, that's entirely disqualified. Ve'enon metamis bebeis abliya, but even though it's disqualified, but that's considered psula b'kodesh, and it's enough to remove the tumas and nevela, and it's not metama bebeis abliya. Right afterwards, we're going to have the Daf Yomi,